Hey guys, it's great to see you this morning. So it is a Monday morning. We're down here at about 7 a.m. and we've already run through a few sessions and a few classes. And I had a beautiful weekend. What did I get up to? I hope you have had a good weekend. What am I doing? What did I do? I remember it being good. I obviously ran classes, did everything like that. Been working on my handstand push-ups, doing just lots of gymnastic moves. I've been really excited about that lately. And also had one of the things called what we call family catch-ups, where all of our good mates come together and we have a big dinner and a big feast. So, and obviously that's really important to catch up with your friends and everything over the weekend. It's all about the family and the social time. So anyway, today what we're going to be doing is running through just the basics of ab work, just floor training, abdominal floor training. So it's going to be things like learning, basically 3 things you're going to learn from today is how to keep your lower back flat, when not to progress in exercise, when to progress in exercise, and also how to engage your core. So all we're going to be doing at first is lying down on our back. We're going to be putting our hands just at the top of just on our hip bone right here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to tilt our hips back. So we're going to do what's called a posterior pelvic tilt, or just basically tucking your hips under. So you're going to feel your glutes clench or your bum clench. You're going to tuck your hips under. And then as you do that as well, I want you to press a little bit into your belly, and I want you to draw your abs in so that you can just feel that you can't poke yourself in the liver, that you can feel that your abs switch on and they're just protecting you, so you can't poke yourself and hurt yourself because your abs are on. So that's called engaging. So engaging your abs or drawing your abs in, and you're essentially just at a very basic level right now. It's called the TA, so your transverse abdominus. You're the deepest muscle in your abdominal, in your abdomen, is switches on, and it just protects your lower back. So we really want that on. So we draw our abs in, we tuck our hips under, and then from there, let's just go into a hip raise. So this is just to teach you how to tuck your hips under. And so when I'm telling you tuck your hips under, make sure your lower back isn't arching, this is what we're talking about. And so as we do a hip raise, so we're just lifting up, that's it, and we're clenching the glutes, and we're trying to bring one vertebra up at a time, and then slowly lowering back down. So tucking the hips under, drawing our abs in, clenching the glutes. And if all you're feeling right now is your hamstrings, your feet, or the under your legs, your feet are probably too far away, or if your feet are too close, you're going to feel it a lot through the thighs. So we want to just make sure that we're middle ground, tucking the hips under and coming up. Okay, so let's just do 10 reps like that, just so you can get a nice feel for it. Just rest your head, relax. This is just me counting. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, beautiful. So now we know what tucking the hips under mean. We know what drawing the abs mean. Drawing the abs in or engaging your core means. So the next step from here is just a very simple exercises. And if you can do all these things, that's great. But you need to learn the basics before you can really progress. All right. So you're just going to go one knee into the chest and then switching it up. And so you should feel, so this is a basic exercise, so you shouldn't feel like the lower back is arching at all. It should stay nice and flat. And then you're just coming up, drawing your abs in and coming up. If you feel like your neck's aching or it's straining at all, you can just get a mat or a pillow and just put it under your head, and then you can rest your head on there. So just come up. And each time, breathing out as you draw your abs in. So when we breathe out, we bring our knee into our chest and we draw our abs in. It's going to really help engage the core. So we go, breathe out. Beautiful. So we might feel like we're getting just a subtle burn, or that might be difficult. If we're feeling like that's relatively easy, we're not feeling any pressure through the back, beautiful, we can progress. So the next level will be bringing both feet off the ground again. So if I put my hand under my hip, I should feel, or my lower back, sorry, I should feel like, I can't get it down under there because my lower back is pressing into the mat. If it's not pressing into the mat, then it might be more like this, and that's not good. We need to draw the abs in to engage the core. And then from there, what we want to do is we want to make sure, again, the lower back's nice and flat,
when we extend out. So we just extend out and extend out. And so we're really training our abs to be switched on. Keep the lower back nice and flat. Beautiful. And then a step before this, is also to just do a floor touch. So if you feel like that last exercise was too much, you just do your floor touch. If you're fine here, beautiful, then we go extend out. Beautiful. And then the next level from here is to do a reverse crunch. So we bring both knees into the chest and then we extend out. Both knees into the chest and extend out. And what you'll find is gradually when you tire, sooner or later, if you were to do 300, however many reps, your lower back will eventually arch. And that's because your abdominal muscles are no longer strong enough to draw your hips in, basically because your abdominals are from your rib cage, just very simply from your rib cage to your hips, okay? Which means then, so it's kind of drawing that way. If you think like an elastic band, it's drawing this way. So we're shortening, which means that if they tire and you extend all the way out, then your lower back arches because that lengthens. It can't remain tucked in. So when that happens, we just go back and exercise. We just make it a little bit easier. So we might go from the reverse crunch, the full reverse crunch, to going back to here. All right, or if we're struggling here, we just go back down to here. So nice and simple. Either way, the main thing is the lower back is in a comfortable position, the abdominal muscles are hurting, and we're strengthening the right muscles, and we are making sure that we're not putting strain on our back. Too many people will just go, boom, I'm gonna do a double leg raise. Ugh, I'm just gonna push through. And then the lower back's arching like crazy, they hurt their back down the track, and all of a sudden, all that great work might be undone because they can't train for a month or two. So things to keep in mind, okay? So very simple exercise routine to go through would be just 15 knees into the chest. That's it. If you're feeling good from there, then go 15, both knees into the chest. And then from there, 15, one leg extending after the other, okay? And then just repeat, 15 reps. So go through that, enjoy the workout, get into it, and I hope you've learned a bit. Even if you're advanced and you're much higher than this, we have to go through the basics before we can build up into the intermediate and advanced strength training, core training, because it gets much more advanced. So we need to make sure we're building on strong foundations before we take those big step ups. Fantastic. All right. Well, I hope to see you in the next video. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.